Well, good Sunday, everyone. It's Cowboys Star. Hope you all are having a great weekend so far. Uh, going to talk a little bit about the Cowboy game last night and the injuries that the Cowboys sustained in that game, as we always seem to do when we face the Seahawks. If you remember back, that ended Tony Romo's career. The last game, preseason game he ever played was against the Seahawks when he got injured. His back got injured against Seahawks in a preseason game. And it seemed like ever since then, no starters have ever played again in an NFL preseason game for the Cowboys and for a lot of other teams. But getting back to this game, the Cowboys, as I said, did sustain some injuries, namely to the biggest injury that was sustained by the Cowboys was by D. Overshown, and it seemed to be a bit of a non-contact knee injury that he sustained when he was pushing a runner out of bounds on a catch that he made. And they're going to do an MRI on him Monday. So at this time, we don't know the severity of the injury. Hopefully, we dodge a bullet here, but if he's out for the whole year, there was a lot of big plans for D. Overshown, and sounds like it's unfortunate that he may not play this year. Anytime you're talking about the knee and that type of a non-contact injury, it usually doesn't end well. So I hope and pray Overshown can dodge a bullet here, but that's not looking good right now as we speak. Matt Walesko, offensive tackle, sustained a shoulder injury in the game. Not too sure if that's going to keep him out for a long period of time. We'll know more Monday, as I said. And John Stevens, tight end, wide receiver, whatever you want to call him. He plays both, but he sustained a knee injury, and that's a shame because he's had a great camp. He's very raw, but he has a lot of talent. I think the Cowboys would probably have kept him on the practice squad if it turns out that he is not out for the season. But like I said, they're all going to have MRIs Monday, and we'll know more about the severity of those injuries. But the Cowboys lost the game 22-14. Um, there were some ups and downs in the game. I was disappointed the kicker didn't get a chance to try a field goal. Uh, Seemed to me like they would want to, you know, get him a couple of chances in the preseason, but I don't think he's tried but maybe one field goal so far in the preseason. So Aubrey needs to get some more work. But anyway, when Cooper Rush was in there running the team, uh, seemed like we were moving the ball, and we moved the ball with Greer in there. But Greer, to me, he made some mistakes that he shouldn't be making at this point in his career. He's still trying to hold the ball too long. He's holding on to the ball way too long. And then he threw an interception in the red zone, or close to the red zone there. We could have had another touchdown, at least a field goal there. And he forced the ball across the middle of the field, which is a no-no, especially in the red zone. He knows better not to do that, and he did it. And to me, that's not cool. So, yeah, Rush looked pretty good. He threw a touchdown to the back out of the backfield there, Dowdle, uh, and seemed to have a pretty good day of it. Now, as far as the backs go, all three of our backs that were in there, Rico Dowdle started the game. I think he rushed for around 50 yards. He did a good job. And Malik Davis came in, and he had a better game today than he did last game. Uh, Deuce Vaughn got in the game late and scored a touchdown, a 14-yard run. in the red zone there, and he's really impressed. I'll tell you, Deuce Vaughn. A lot of people think he's going to be the second back behind Pollard, but I think they're going to use him in situations, just situational football plays, and I think Dowdle will probably be the backup running back. Dowdle's looking pretty good. Other than that fumble that he had last week, Dowdle's been pretty good. Malik Davis, I think, has kind of gotten put to third string, although Malik had a good game today. But like I said, all the backs had a pretty good game today. Cooper Rush, as I said, looked good in the 3 series that he was in. Threw a touchdown pass. Will Greer, just to me, he does not make quick decisions, as you should already, know, be able to do at this stage of his career. He's been in the league several years, been with the Cowboys several years, so I was kind of disappointed in Greer's performance. Mike McCarthy talked good about him in the press conference afterwards, but I think that was all smoke and mirrors there, trying to build up his confidence, but he showed a few flashes, but to me, overall, he still didn't help me evaluate the young players on the team. Now, on defense, Sam Williams had a pretty good game last night, other than the one low hit that he had on the quarterback there in the third quarter. He sustained a penalty on that for a low hit, and that was not good. But other than that, he was getting to the quarterback. His rushes were good, and he was stopping the run as well. I want to give a big star up to Jalen Tolbert. He looks like a different player. I'll tell you, from last year, he was just lost. He didn't even look like he could belong on the football field. But this year, he's made several good catches. He knows where he needs to be. He's not lining up off sides like he did last year in a game that cost us the game. Looks like he belongs now. So he's not afraid to go across the middle and catch the ball, as shown in this game. He caught a couple of passes from Greer across the middle. I tell you what, I think he's going to be our number 4 receiver, and be a good replacement for some receivers that we let go off season. So hats off to Jalen Tolbert. Luke Schoonmaker was in the game, our tight end that we drafted. He had a couple of first down pass catches in the game, but overall, to me, he's a little bit behind from being injured in the camp. So I think he's got the tools, but he's a little bit behind from being injured with that plantar fascia that he had in the early part of training camp. So the Cowboys play another their final preseason game next week against the Raiders. But we'll see how that goes. It seems like the Cowboys just can't win a preseason game. I don't know if that's by design. They're just trying to look at all these youngsters, but be nice to win one here and there. A lot of teams win all the time in preseason, like the Ravens. I think they've won like 24 straight games in the preseason. But anyhow, that's pretty much all that's going on right now with the Cowboys. That was kind of a boring game. Not much of a preseason game person, but I do watch them because of course, I have a channel, but I'm a Cowboy fan, and I like to see the new players progress and see how things are going with the offense. Like I said, when Cooper Rush was in there, it seemed like the offense ran smooth. Cooper Rush looks very strong in that game. He was accurate. He didn't throw any interceptions. I think he only took one sack, and that really wasn't his fault. It was rushing him up the middle. So it remains to be seen how the actual real Cowboy offense is going to look. I'm optimistic. I hope that they, especially since Mike McCarthy is now calling the plays, I'm hoping and praying that the Cowboy offense will be good this year, and I know our defense is going to be there with, the players that we have on defense, Michael Parsons and Tank Lawrence and all these good guys and the players that we have. So with that being said, we'll get back with you as soon as something else breaks. If I find out any information on D. Overshown's knee injury, I'll get on here and let y'all know the status. With that being said, y'all have a great weekend. I'm out.